Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. How's everybody doing? We are ready to play some more Farming Simulator 25. I almost said Farming Simulator 15. What's that about? It's not 15. What hadn't been 15 for 10 years? Man. Hadn't been 15 for like 10 years. That's crazy. But anyway, we're back. And guess what? We're going to cut some more corn. And before we cut some more corn, I gotta. There we go. Gotta open my coffee. My Dr. Pepper. Caffeine. Gotta love the Dr. Pepper in the morning, early in the morning. So, what's new? Let's see. I'll wait for old man to get in before I talk about too much of it. DJ did make another release or announcement or post or whatever you want to call it. He posted some screenshots of the train. He put in it's the in-game train, but it's a BNSF train. Is that right? BNSF train. It's an in-game train, so it's the in-game engine train, or the engine of the train. But I like the looks of it. I mean, it looks like an old school train to me, and it's got the BNSF logo on it. So I mean, I like that. There's old man. Let's bring old man in here. Good morning, old man.
Good morning.
So yeah, he posted those screenshots of the train, and per DJ, the new map, Judith Plains, Montana, will be out before June.
Can't wait.
So that means, and just looking at the progress of the map, it's in the hands of beta testers and stuff. Looking at the progress of the map and how quick it's going, I'd say we are probably a couple weeks away, if that. It wouldn't surprise me if it dropped this week. So gonna be a good time. I'm really excited for it. I've been testing mods like crazy. We've got some. We're gonna have. Gosh, we've got some new mods coming. We've got some old mods coming. We've got. I looked. I don't know what the count was before, but after testing all this weekend, yesterday was a big day. My mod folder now, and this is not all equipment. Some of it's like some gameplay type stuff, like extended headlights, and the beacon lights, random frequency of the beacon lights, and etc. stuff like that. Hide objects mod. There's several like that. Create field with a cultivator, etc. But my mod folder count now is up to 407.
Wow. That's a lot.
407. I don't know what your mod folder count is up to.
427.
427. Wow.
Yeah, but some of my mods are like from FS Minor and things like that. Those mods I can actually get rid of, and when I want to go back to a map that has that kind of stuff in it,
Move them to a folder and move them back over.
yeah, I can just move them. I can even delete them and then just go back to his Discord. I'm in his Discord, and just bring them right back.
I will say all the mods that I have in the folder, some of them are like old school mods, and some of them are not so much old school mods. Since we're moving to Judith Plains, Montana, and it's a 4X map, I did get a few bigger mods. So we'll talk more about those, I guess, later on. So I will say we'll probably like a lot of the stuff. I mean, there's some stuff from Alma here that we will probably use over in Judith Plains. The 7200 case, the 5088 case, international, the oh gosh, probably not this combine. Oh, I'll say definitely not this combine. This is a nice combine though. I mean, it's a good combine. It's got all the features. It's got, you know, opening doors, and it's got the extended grain tank and stuff like that. So, but we're gonna be moving on and using some other equipment. Some of it's smaller equipment, some of it's bigger equipment. We're gonna have a variety of equipment. Yeah, I mean, there's like, how many homesteads did we say? Like 7 farms?
I think there. When I looked, I probably counted wrong. I counted 5, but I could be wrong. So there might be 6.
I counted 7. Let me go back and count again. Let me go back and look one more time. And if you've got your map handy, you can double check me on this. I'm gonna start in the north. And basically what I'm counting is the home logos that are in yellow. So the first one that I see is by field 94, to the west of field 94. That's number 1. The next one I see is to the east of field 93, so that's number 2. And then I think that was all in the north, pretty much. We go down south here. The next one is to the east of field 21. That's 3. The next one I see is to the south of field 43. That's 4. The next one I see is to the north of field 54. So that's 5. The next one I see is to the east of field 47. That's 6. And the next one I see, I lost it. Hang on. A big map. Trying to find it. Where did it go? I think they were all down south, pretty much. Well, the majority of them were.
Yeah, I just counted them, and I was wrong. You're right. There's 7 of them.
Okay, east of field 49. That's number 7.
Yep.
Okay, so there's 7. And I won't say, I hate to call them farms, because it looks like some of them may just be houses. Like farmhouses, where you can sleep. But there is more than one farm, and we've seen that from the screenshots of the map. So. 7 houses, and I do know one of the houses. It's one of those screenshots that I sent you this morning, oh man. It's the log cabin that you build, but it's already. I guess it's already built, maybe. Now keep in mind, all that could change, so once the final version comes out, it may be, you know, some of those houses that, you know, like the thing at Grandpa's house where it had the stakes and the fence there, and you had to bring the materials to build it. It may be something like that where the area is blank, but it has the thing to bring all the materials to, and then you just, you know, build it. So they might be built, they might not be built. We'll see. But it is, one of them is the log cabin that you build. There's also, I can confirm, there is a Dollar General. Why wouldn't there be a Dollar General? There's Dollar Generals everywhere. I don't know about up there, but down here, you just be driving by all the farm fields and stuff like that, and you look out in the middle of a farm field, and there'll be a Dollar General.
There's a Dollar General around here every mile.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I've got, oh gosh, how many? I think there's 3 within, gosh, within probably about 5 minutes or less of me. So, and then, you know, you drive elsewhere, and, you know, you see them. It's like you said, there's one there. There's Dollar General. There's Dollar General. There's Dollar General. Like, woo, piece of candy. Woo, piece of candy. It used to be the same way with McDonald's. You know, there'd be a McDonald's everywhere. But, yeah, it's not that way so much anymore. McDonald's is hurting too, by the way.
I was gonna say, did you see that they are recording a loss this year?
Yeah.
Not very big sales.
Yeah, they're not, whoever's running the company's not running it right. They're not giving the people what they want. Whoever's running the company is just running it into the ground. Number one,
I did hear the snack wraps coming back.
yes, so that's a plus. That'll help a little bit. They won't have the grilled chicken snack wraps. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be, you know, they just announced their new chicken strips, and everybody that I've talked to, or everybody that all the stuff I've read online about them, they are gross. So if they plan on using their new chicken strips in the snack wraps, they're probably not going to be a big hit. I think the people want the grilled chicken snack wraps back. Because, you know, who's going to eat a snack wrap? It's going to be the people that are trying to eat better, that are trying to eat healthier. They don't want the greasy, you know, fried chicken part, you know. So yeah, they're just not doing right.
Didn't they have a grilled chicken snapback?
Yeah, they did.
That's what I thought.
They were grilled chicken. They had the grilled chicken snack wraps. They had a ranch one, and they had a honey mustard one, and then they had a mac wrap, which was basically like a Big Mac wrap. So I don't know if they plan on bringing that back, since they're bringing back the actual wraps. You know, people are going to try to order it, because there's a lot of people asking for those back. They're going to have to really take a step back and say, okay, hey, what can we do to fix our company? And I think the biggest things that people have been asking for, number one, would be the snack wraps. And if they plan on using their new chicken strips, their new fried chicken strips in the snack wraps, then it's probably not going to go over well. Number two, I would say, guess my fertilizer ran out. I guess the number two would be all-day breakfast. Everybody wants all-day breakfast back. Because a lot of people like McDonald's breakfast, but, you know, some people, you know, when they go to work, it's at 7 p.m. at night, or at 10 p.m. at night, or something like that. And some people just want breakfast any time of the day. So McDonald's is going to have to bring back all-day breakfast. And number 3, what is up with the modernization of McDonald's? It's a very sad, depressing thing to go into the building and it be just gray and black. And you don't want that. I mean, McDonald's used to be a happy place. It used to be, you know, full of color, you know. It had, you know, all the characters, and it had, you know, even the building itself had character. And it doesn't now. Now it's like, who wants to go to McDonald's? It used to be, you know, the American flag flying out front, and then it was a very, you know, happy kind of cheery place. And it's not anymore.
Well, our McDonald's is not like that.
What? You have one of the older ones?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It still has the brown tile, the yellow tile.
Oh, embrace it while you can, because they're getting rid of all of them. Around here, they built a new McDonald's in the old style, right? And then they tore that building was brand new. I mean, it was only maybe a couple years old. They tore that building down to build one of the sad, depressed looking buildings, you know?
Hey, Matt, you
Yep.
gonna finish this field?
Oh, we're not done with that one? Oh, we're not done with that one, are we? I forgot there's more corn. And what, I'll start up here and then I'll meet you back down there. My pipe will be out then. It's got some weird lines in it over there. Look at that. Oh, that's where the, you know what? That's where the road is. I might need to do some more smoothing over there. Huh. Well, that's where the road was. Where's everybody at this morning?
I don't know. Where's Phil?
Yeah, where's Phil? Somebody find Phil. He may. I want to say he told me he was going on a vacation, but maybe his computer bit the dust or something.
I thought he was working on getting another one or redoing his old one.
He might have been. Where's there? Usually we got several people in chat say good morning or something. You know, Fuzzy, Twitchy, Yuleberry. There's nobody in there.
They're still waking up.
Maybe, but usually somebody says hello or good morning. A beautiful morning. The high is gonna be like 69 here, I think.
For the last 2 days, we've had our windows open. It's been so nice and cool. And at night, it's been dropping down to like 55. Oh, it's good sleeping weather.
Yeah. I'm gonna save the game real quick because I just had some lag there for a second. It may be all the corn. I don't know. There's some good mornings there. There's Laura.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. There's Yeti. Yeah, Yeti's a regular. I guess Fuzzy, he might be busy. And Twitchy's usually here. Yeah, good morning. Super excited for the new map coming out. Judith Plains, Montana, coming from probably one of my favorites. DJ Modding. I'd say he's probably my favorite modder. It's a very tight race between DJ, Stevie, and maybe Taylor. See, Taylor's coming out with his own 4X as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same three as like my top three. Well, RGC, I think he puts out 4X, and they're usually like the Yukon. That was him. Um, but the way you just named it, that's my top four right there.
Yeah. That's, I mean, Kaz, and I know he's had some, health issues, but he's brought back some maps, but he hasn't really done like a ton of, new maps. I'd say Kaz is probably you throw Kaz in there in the top 5, and then probably Mark. Mark did Fields of Madison County. I would probably have to say him.
He hasn't come out with anything lately, has he?
Which one?
Mark.
Oh no, I don't know what happened to him. He did that version 3 of Madison County back on 19, and then that was that. I don't know what happened to him.
Did you see they're gonna remake Elm Creek?
I did see that.
I forget the modder, but I did see that they were gonna try to bring back Elm Creek.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. I saw where Westbridge came out, and I don't know how to feel about Westbridge, the one for 25. It's so different.
Yeah.
Like there's some similarities, like okay, you remember this field, maybe that field, but then like the sawmill is completely different. From what it was.
Westbridge has a special spot in my heart because it was the first map I've ever played. But it's changed so much between all the FS games that I don't think I will want to play it.
Yeah, I mean for me that's probably gonna stay in 15 for me. But yeah, DJ's map. That's probably the one I'm looking most forward to. Then Taylor's map, he's working on the 4X. It's basically all 4 of his standard size maps. So it's Michigan, it's Gira, it's Prairie Farms, and then it'll be Frankenmuth. All put in one. And it will be 4X. So yeah, Taylor's working on that. That one, there's not a real... I don't know that there's a big, feeling for the time frame of when it will release. I would say it'd probably be early summer. Probably in June or maybe May. But I have a feeling he's still working on some stuff. I would say probably June. Now the Montana map, that will be out before June, so that's coming out this month. and you know it's getting close. He's just putting the final touches on it. And the good news, another good news is there will be a pizza production. So that's always good news. I'm just wondering how his pizza production will be. I have high hopes that maybe he'll implement the new stuff for pizza. Because, you know, in the greenhouses we can do onions now, we can do mushrooms, we can do, I mean, you think about what goes on a pizza, and it can be a vegetable pizza. It doesn't have, you don't have to have pepperoni or sausage. It'd be nice to have that stuff. But to be able to make it, you know, cheese, olives, mushrooms, onions, peppers, and we have all that stuff in the game now. That's all in-game stuff. Yeah, the I guess the main really big difference is locale, like location, between DJ's map and Taylor's map. Taylor's map's based in Michigan, and DJ's is based in Montana. So it's Taylor's map is going to be more flat,
Yeah.
flatter. So
Well, that's the question. How much of a hills is this going to be with DJs?
yeah, it looks kind of like rolling a little bit to
Yeah.
me. Just looking at some of the screenshots. It honestly looks like it might be like the like kind of like what's the word? What's that? Oh, that region up there. Not Buttes. Maybe Buttes. I'm having trouble finding the word. Basically like rolling hills, kind of. Basically, when you watch Yellowstone, which is based in Montana, the reservation area, that's kind of the way I think it's gonna be. Not so much the Dutton Ranch area, because, you know, that's more mountainous and, you know, stuff like that, but the reservation area, I think it'll be more like that. But yeah, I think you're gonna like the mods I'm working on that I've been testing. Gonna need a lot of I'm gonna be putting in a lot of work on that map. We're gonna be playing that map probably for a while, because there's so many. I think he said there's 9 new productions on that map. I know whiskey's one of them. I guess pizza would probably be one of them. There's some other screenshots that you can't really tell, and that's gonna be his next official post, will be the new productions. He said that'll be the next one.
So I was just looking at it again. If you go down to where the trains are,
Mm-hmm.
the 4 pictures of the trains, that livestock, where the livestock will be.
Uh huh.
That's a 22 mod that he probably brought over because that was the butcher shop
Ooh.
mod in 22,
Maybe we'll have a
which
butcher shop.
which is only in on PC, but that's what it looked like.
PC only map.
I don't know. It don't look like that would be a butcher shop. Look like it's just for livestock, but it's the same. It looks like the same mod from 22.
Talking about that white building there?
No, it's the second picture. It will say livestock. It's right where you can see the engine. It's called something
Oh.
loyal. Yeah,
Something's loyal livestock.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Maybe?
I don't know.
Some type of auction there too. See what that sign says?
Yeah,
Sale every week. Licensed and bonded. I think that livestock building it almost looks like one we had before, but I can't put my finger on it. It wasn't the one from 22. Maybe it was the one from 19 or something. And they just used it for the butcher shop too, maybe? I don't know. See McDonald's over there behind the silos over there.
yeah, I saw that too.
Good morning, CM Gaming. How's it going? I think the weather is messing with my sinuses or something. Ugh, yeah, it's gotta be the weather.
It's about 62 to here today. It's a little bit rainy.
Let's see. Right now, currently, 52, and the high. Oh wow, they changed it. It was gonna be 69. Now it's gonna only be 67. And then it looks like this week we stay in the very low 70s. So it's gonna be a nice week. Other than we got quite a bit of rain forecasted. It's okay. I like the rainy days. I will say, whenever the map drops, whenever it comes out, I'm probably gonna just stream that as soon as possible. I don't know when it'll drop. I'm setting up the mod folder where I can just do select all and activate all. But if it's a Monday night, if it's a Wednesday night, if it's a, you know, unless it's during the day when I'm at work, then it'll be that night. Definitely gonna stream that thing right away. I want to definitely get started on that.
You know how this is gonna go, right?
Now,
I gotta go back to work on next Sunday.
it'll drop on Sunday.
It'll drop on Sunday.
Yep, that's how it goes. I'm gonna open the door and get some fresh air. Yep, that's how it'll go. You'll go back to work.
Well, wait a minute. That Sunday is Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think he would drop it on Mother's Day.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Is that like a... I don't know.
It was funny. My oldest says, "What are we gonna do for Mother's Day?" I said, "I don't know. She's not my mom."
Yeah.
I know what I'll do for my mother.
Tell you the best thing you can do for a mom on Mother's Day is take her out to eat. Go somewhere nice. Get her a little gift, you know. Maybe a couple, get something that she's been wanting and something she doesn't know about. And then do something. Whether it's doing the dishes, vacuuming the house, doing the laundry, you know, and have one, you know, assign a task to each person. Do something to where she can just put her feet up that day. That is her day off. And, you know, she shouldn't have to do any, you know, chores or nothing like that.
Am I taking this corn down to the dryer, or are we putting it in the silo?
Is the dryer full?
I don't think so.
Where's the dryer? There it is. The dryer's not full yet, but it's got enough in there. If we want to just store it in the silo real quick, I'll haul some more down there later.
Okay.
Yep, and I think we'll probably expand into more brands come Montana.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, we've been primarily like John Deere, Case. Might get into some of the brands that are in the game that we don't normally, you know, really delve into. Because, you know, there's Deutz-Fahr, there's Kloss, there's, gosh, I don't even know now. Let me go look and see what are some of the big brands out there. Case. Well, we're kind of in the Case. Challenger, Kloss. Deutz for. Of course, we're definitely John Deere heavy. Did I say Klaus? Did I see Klaus? I didn't see Klaus. Did I say Klaus? Yeah, there's Klaus.
I think you did though, but yeah.
So Klaus, Fent maybe. Um, I'm just passing by all these things. That's how bad it is. Where's it? What's the alphabet? A B C D E F. Okay, there's E. There's F. There's Fent. That's why I didn't see it. It's not. It's not in its normal. It's just white text. And then what else there is? Let me just go to tractors. That might be easier. Hang on. Let me check on my combine. He's okay for just a second. So yeah, we'll probably. I don't know. I don't know. Some of it, a lot of it's European equipment. We may just have to start kind of getting into some of the European eports. We'll get into some of the European eports. No, European imports. So get into the Massey Ferguson, the Fence, the Kloss, maybe a Zator. I don't know about that one. Definitely the Deutz. Get back into probably Kubota. I did download this Mahindra. That seems pretty like a little utility tractor, and I crashed into a tree. I knew I should have come back sooner. That avoided warranty. Yeah, Fent, JCB. Good morning, Twitchy. There's Twitchy. Let's see. What's in the medium tractors? So yeah, Challenger, White Tractor. There's a lot of these that we haven't really gotten into. The Massey Ferguson especially. Fent. Even like the Puma. Really, I've noticed that they have done away with, like, okay, there were classifications of tractors before with Farming Simulator. So in one category you had the like smaller utility tractors. So you'd have the 6R John Deere, the Puma, and the T6. I've noticed that they've done away with the T6, and the Puma is actually, they consider that a medium tractor, and the T7, that used to be a large tractor, they now consider that a medium tractor. But really, these two tractors are one and the same. And they're only available in the European models. So we may just have to settle for the European models. I don't know about the Deutz-Fahr. Yeah, looks like it's only available in the European model too. So we may just have to start buying some of the European imports. I know Kloss is pretty much, it's European. See, it doesn't have the little square things on that one though. What is that? That's the 800 one. That is a mod. But I think that's released by Giants, that one there. The only thing I haven't really gotten into is the Valtra. I'm just like, no. Oh, I gotta put my pipe out, don't I?
Yep.
I'm busy shopping for the future. And I shouldn't be. Probably should be focused on the corn harvest. Cause we gotta make the popcorn. I would say we gotta make the cornbread and the pumpkin pies, but that's not in here. I'm still kind of bummed out about that. No Olivers? There's no Olivers in the game.
No, there is not. Which is a shame because they were nice.
Yeah, there's no Olivers. Basically, most of the equipment is going to be something that they have European, that they're going to have across the pond. It's still nice that a lot of these tractors, like, they have the US versions of them. So like this deer here, see, they have the European version. And then I wish they would put this on all the vehicles, on all the drivables. So you have the EU and you have the US versions, the design. So you can switch it over to US and it puts the triangle on there. So I mean, why not do that with all the vehicles? Make it to where you can make the Puma, unless the Puma is not available in America anymore. Or the T6 is not available in America anymore. Yeah, may just have to settle for the European versions, I guess. Here in America, we don't use the red and white stripe, diagonal stripe signs, square signs on the equipment. We have the triangle. That's it. We don't. And I know there's some that have been imported that have them on there, but typically we don't use those. Not part of our traffic highway laws or whatever. Ordinances, maybe. We got, yeah, there's a big Valtra there. Guarantee you there's no US version of that. There is not. I've never seen, have you ever seen a Valtra in America?
No, the only thing I've ever seen like being transported would be a Claus or a Fent.
Yeah.
I have never seen a Valtra
I've never
over
never
here.
seen a Valtra. Yeah, Massey Ferguson, Fent, Kloss, all that I've seen. New Holland.
Now,
Um,
I have seen a John Deere with a EU sign on it being transported.
oh yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know why it would have it on there unless it's being, you know, it was going east, so it was probably going to a port,
yeah.
and they already put the signs on for it. I don't know.
See, look at this. Even the Xerion Kloss has the option to switch it to US, and all that does is take the red and white stripes off. Does it add a triangle? It does. See, it adds the triangle in the back. Do this with all the equipment, or at least come out with a mod that can change every piece of equipment to a US version. That's all I'm asking for.
But the big thing is they're getting big over here. Claus is, especially Claus.
Yeah. And see, that might be why they did the big one like this, because they are getting big over here. And this is the standard for, you know, I know that the red and white stripe signs are, that's a European thing. That's what they use to as their caution signs for going down the road, but we don't use that here. We use the yellow. We use the orange, little orange triangles with the red perimeters on them there. So One Lonely Farmer has one from overseas, but he took the European stuff off. Yeah, that's the thing. This is not Europe. This is America. Okay. We are not part of the EU. We're not part of the European Union. I'm assuming that's what EU stands for in the game here now. Instead of Europe, it probably stands for European Union. So you got US, United States, and then EU, European Union. But give us that option. Give us the the customization option, and it shouldn't matter what piece of equipment it is. Just give us that one option where you can take a piece of equipment and change it from an EU, from a European Union version, to the US version. And now see, I've noticed this on the big case. It changes the exhaust, or the intake, really. Not really the exhaust, but the intake there. See, it changes that. And adds the triangle in the back. I noticed they haven't put out their normally they put out a poll when they start developing the next game. What would you like to see in the next farming simulator game? And maybe they'll release that later. But that's going to be one of mine. I would like to see the larger maps. I think the consoles can handle maybe a 4X. Definitely nothing bigger than that. Notice my lines have disappeared too. I don't know if I'm hitting a button or if they just automatically go away after a while. Maybe because I went in cab? I don't know. Can I turn them back on while I'm doing this? Show lines. That turned it back on, but it deactivated the GPS. Can I turn them back off while I'm going? Yep, can turn them back off. I don't know what's causing it to automatically turn them off, but anyway. Wonder what the mod pack or what the DLC, what the third DLC pack is. How many do we have out now?
I think we only have 2.
What's the other one?
Well,
I know the next app was one of them.
yeah.
What was the other one?
Maybe it's only 1. Because that mower came with the game.
The what?
The mower. The self-propelled mower. I forget the name of it.
You mean the Crone?
No.
Oh, the MacDon.
That's it.
Yeah, the MacDon. Yeah, it came with the game. I think we've only had the one. Does that list the stuff in here under brands? There's MacDon, LMN. Yeah, there's Nexat right there. Not Oxbow. Oxbow was a DLC back in 22. Let me go look on the website. I think we've just had the one. So they're going to have to get on the ball and announce another one. Unless they're considering precision farming one of them, but I don't think they are. There's the next ad pack. Yeah, okay, so the next at pack, I'll just save this picture and put that in Discord. So there you go, the next at pack was number 1. We still got 2 more before the expansion comes out. So they're gonna have to get on the ball because I would say they'll probably release one this summer. You would think it would have been early summer. First one was next ad pack. The second one, it says performance on plains and prairies. I'd say that's got to be some kind of, I would think that would be some kind of like mower pack. What's that zero turn mower? What's that company? Like the Bad Boy style mowers? Or what's the name of that company? And then the stars align. I have no clue. Is it raining? Oh man. I just noticed my windshield wiper started going across the screen there.
I mean, you know, we lose, yield.
Yeah, I'm shutting it down. We're gonna fast time and wait till it stops.
I do like how the tires, when you're driving in the field and it's raining, it gets muddy and wet looking.
Oh yeah. Guess I'll go ahead and check my belts real quick. Yep, belts look good. Or not belts, chains. Chains look good. Honestly, that almost looks like a belt on this side. Alright. And we were talking about the expansion pack coming out. That'll probably be in November. I wonder where it's going to be at. Somebody said that according to like the artwork, if it resembles anything like the artwork, somebody said they thought UK. Where's the artwork for that? Oh yeah, right, I see it now. Try to get a zoomed in picture of that and I'll put that in Discord. just looking at that artwork there, that to me, I don't know if that's UK or not. It could be. It's definitely European. It almost looks like France again. Looking at the stone walls though, it could be France or it could be UK. It could be what's the one north of the UK? You know, where they filmed a little bit of Harry Potter. Scotland? Is it Scotland?
Ireland?
No, that's west of the UK, isn't it? Scotland's north of there, isn't it? Hang on, I gotta get my map now. My geography skills have faded away. Yeah, Ireland's west, kind of southwest, really more just all west of the UK.
That, to me, I'm looking at the map, the picture of the map now.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like more of a Scottish map.
Scottish?
Yes.
But we should get some new cows with that map too, because they have those real big furry cows, fuzzy cows? What's the right word? Fuzzy, they have those really big hairy cows. No, furry, fuzzy, furry. We'll say furry. Where is there one? Yeah, okay, there's Scotland. How do I change this? I'm gonna have to go to a different map here. Okay, well that's different. Can't really. If I can do it like that. No, can't do it like that either. Well, I wonder if I can do that one like that. There is. Come on, zoom in just enough to get it. There we go. Trying to edit the photo here. Get all the extra stuff out of it. Here we go. Alright, I'll put that in Discord too. But yeah, there's Scotland north of the United Kingdom. And then there's Ireland and Northern Ireland, all west of the United Kingdom. I think it's on that island though. It's there in that region. Yeah, is that what they're called? Highland cows? They're really furry. Right? Good morning, Fuzzy. There's Fuzzy. The Highland cow. that now. Island. That makes sense, like Highlander. Yeah, it looks like they need a haircut. Trying to find a good picture. Combine. Should not Google and harvest. Baby one. That's the Highland cow. Why didn't that work? One of my pictures didn't work. Still not working. Did I use that one? I need to slightly edit it and then do it. I can do that. Ways around the system. I don't know why it's not taking that photo, but I mean, it's just a picture of a cow. There we go. It blocked me 3 times. Maybe because the file size was too big or something. I don't know. But that's a Highland cow. could be northwest England. So yeah, I think they should do an English map. You know, they haven't done an English map, an England map. All the maps that they have done have been Eastern European maps. Ooh, why are you going that far? Think about all the maps, and I'll probably forget some, but you had Bjornholm, you had Felsbrunn, you had Zeelanke, you had Sosnovka, you had what was the one in the Scotland area? Oh gosh. What was that one up in the mountains? I can't remember the name of that map. It was one of the base game maps in 22, and then it was a expansion map in 19. Had the big church in town. Oh, I should know this. If Sean Sinclair was here, he'd probably know. Am I really gonna have to Google it? Elm Creek, Hot Battle Run, Erlengrot, that's it. But yeah, Erlengrot was kind of like a Swiss kind of map. But all the maps, even Hot Battle Run, all of them have been like the Central/Eastern European maps, and they've done those. That's kind of what they've done for most of the time. You have not seen an Irish map or a UK map from Giants. And I don't know why. I don't know why that is. We had a South America map, Estancia La Pacho. We've now had an Asian map. Do I need to put my pipe out, old man?
Yes, you do. I don't think Johnson's put out a Canadian map either, have they?
No. They have not put out a Canadian map. Maybe they're waiting for bigger maps for console people before they put out a Canadian map. Because, if they put a Canadian map out, it's going to have to be like Saskatchewan or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Manitoba.
Now we are talking about maps being made by giants because there's been Canadian maps made.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we're talking about the maps either put out by giants or put in the base game. So yeah, made by giants. Any map made by giants. And you had Hagenstad. I know you. I can't say it the way John does. Um, you had some like they started out, with like generic maps that weren't really based on anywhere in the world. So you had the Giants Island, and stuff like that. But then they started moving to American maps and then European maps. So you had in 15 you had Westbridge Hills. I mean in 13 you had Westbridge Hills and Hagenstad. So I guess it really maybe started there. And then in 15 you had Westbridge Hills and Bjornholm. And then later they came out with Tosnovka for 15, which is a very Eastern European map. And in 17 we had Goldcrest Valley. And then I can't remember the name of the European map, but then they came out with the Stante Lapacho with that one. I wonder if I can find a list of all the maps. They did the horse aggravation map. You know what? I think he's picking up on that outside line. That's why he's doing that. I'll turn on the GPS and he'll just go like way that way. I think that's what it is. I'll wait till I get into the crop. Well into the crop. Get away from that outside kind of curve there. So that was that I couldn't remember. Okay, so that's what it was. They brought back Sosnovka. Sosnovka was the European map for 17. They had Goldcrest Valley, Sosnovka, and then the expansion map was Estancia Lapacho. And then in 19 we had Felsbrunn, Erlengrot, and then the US map was Ravenport. I think Ravenport was probably my least favorite US map. It didn't feel like a US map. It really didn't. It felt like Peru or Chile or something like that. It didn't feel, you didn't feel like you were standing in America when you played that map. Westbridge, you know, I'd say that if I had to give that if I had to assign that a real location in America, I would say that would be New England somewhere.
I think you're right about that. New England, New Hampshire, something like that.
Yeah. To me, that's kind of the feel that it had. And then Goldcrest Valley, I would say that's probably like somewhere in the northwest region. So like, what is it, Idaho or something like that, or because Silver Run definitely had a Pacific Northwest feel to it. I would give Silver Run, I would say like Oregon or Washington or something.
Well, didn't they kind of base that off of an actual area? I thought they said.
I know that they took a lot of the areas from Washington, like the roads and stuff. They went over.
Yeah.
They went over a whole thing about it. But it definitely has that Oregon/Washington feel to it. And it had a river in front of it. I mean, they could have just put the ocean there and put like Indian Beach or something like that. You know, the beach from the Goonies, and been like, hey, here's, you know, the coast of Oregon, you know. There's a map somebody needs to do. Astoria, Oregon. You can do Astoria, and then you can do like, I think it's Indian Beach where they filmed the Goonies, and the old summer restaurant could be one of the sell points. You could go inside and find the Fratellis and pepperoni pizza and sloth in the basement.
And they could put gold nuggets around the map for
Yes.
collectibles.
Or, you know, gold nuggets, they could do like gold coins like they did in Bjornholm, or like rubies. Like emeralds and rubies and diamonds and stuff. One-Eyed Willie's treasure, that could be the collectibles. They could even build, you know, they had the cave in, what was that, Elm Creek? They could do like a whole big tunnel and cave system for, you know, some of the collectibles that you have to go through to get them. Somebody get on that right now. Somebody make a Goonies map for Farming Simulator. Hey, you guys! Rocky Road? Half the kids out there are scratching their head like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
The we were talking about the people at work. You know, half of them are younger, half of them are older now, and I'd say the younger half, a majority of them have not even seen the Goonies, and it's sad. Baby Ruth, 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 baby Ruth. Yep, Chunk. You could have the Goonies house be the farmhouse. Go sleep in the Goonies house. But to get in, you have to do the truffle shuffle. Yeah, Goonies is a classic. I'm just surprised that there's people that haven't seen it. And remember the Titans.
That was a good movie too.
You would probably, I mean, you couldn't submit them to Mod Hub because Giants, if it was based on a movie or like a real location, they probably wouldn't. They'd probably make you, or want you to change it or change the name of it. I know that, you know, what was it, Calmsden? They decided to change that one because people, I guess, were going to the real life Calmsden, and I forget what they changed the name to, but it's not called Calmsden anymore. It's in the Mod Hub, but it's not Calmsden anymore.
I'm pretty sure people have gone down to the Walkers too.
Oh yeah. Well, Wilkers and the Millennial Farmer, you know, they have people all the time. That's why he put up a big sign and cameras, and you know, that's probably part of the reason why he got the dog, the German Shepherd. Probably a lot of people doing that. But you know what? That's kind of one of the prices of fame, I think. If you're gonna have a, you know, like that, like it's where it's a vlog where, you know, you share your real name, you share your real location, you know, you're gonna have to expect fanboys and fangirls, I guess what you would call them, and people, you know, wanting to come and see it in real life. It's just one of those things. But see, that's why I live in the Deep South. Because even if I had some fanboys or fangirls, you'd never know where I'm at. I'm somewhere in the Deep South, where it's hot and humid, and it's stormy all the time, and there's a Dollar General at every corner of every field. Everybody's like, where do you live? Where are you from? I'm from the South, the Deep South. That's actually a Little Nicky reference too. That's how he said it. He said, somebody asked him, like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from the South, the Deep South. Yeah, that'd be cool to have, you know, a map based on movie locations. So we've covered the Goonies. You could probably do an ET one, maybe. You know, have a little bit of farming, but a little bit of forestry stuff in it too. What other movies could you have a farming simulator map?
Oh man, there's a Harrison Ford movie. I believe it's called Witness. It's when he's in the Amish. But that's a Pennsylvania movie.
Never seen that. Witness.
Yeah, it's he's like a cop and he goes like protective custody for this woman that's in the Amish, and he lives the Amish life.
Wow, I've never even heard of that. I might have to go watch that. Witness.
I believe that's the name of it. I could be wrong.
I've seen For Richer or Poorer. I've seen, I think, almost all his other movies. I've never seen that one. I'll have to go watch that. I always said that, you know, just for fun, somebody should do farming simulator maps based on the holidays. So, like, you could have a Christmas map. You know, your crops would be like peppermint and you know, stuff to make stuff at the bakery, so you can make like cookies and, you know, peppermint candy canes, you know, stuff like that. Of course, you'll need sugar and butter and milk, cocoa beans, flour, eggs, all that. Right, now we're done with this field, right? Boy, this is gonna be a fun one for the GPS.
You could do a one with Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah. Hey, what was that? Connecticut?
Yes.
Nope, my head's not down.
You could even do one with Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah.
That was what, New Hampshire, right?
I really just hired that out. No, that was Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, you're right. Yep.
I'm on back on for that one. Yep, that was Salem, Massachusetts for that one, and it was actually filmed a lot in Salem there. I know that Max's house is there. The graveyard he rides through is there. Some of it was filmed out in at the Warner Brothers ranch, or not the ranch, the Warner Brothers backlot. but a lot of it was filmed there in actual Salem. Now, an interesting fact, have you ever seen that movie Practical Magic?
No.
Oh, that's one you gotta see. That's a great Halloween movie. It's got Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, both very, very, very smoking actresses. That was based on a New England style area, but it was not filmed anywhere near New England. That was actually filmed off of the Washington coast out there. There's a little island out there that they filmed that on. And now the town area where they filmed it and stuff, that's all there. It's all a real town and stuff, and you can go there and I think it was actually like a state park where they built a fake house. That's something I'd like to build in Minecraft. The Hocus Pocus, or not the Hocus Pocus house. Well, that one too, maybe. But the Practical Magic house. That would be cool. I always want to do that. I've thought about doing that in Minecraft. I wouldn't want to be in survival mode for that though. You would almost want to be in creative mode because you want the materials just to be at your disposal. I think that would have to be a let's play at some point there, because that's something that you have to just focus and build from, I guess, memory and screenshots and maybe actually the video. So it would be cool to be able to go inside. Like, you think about all the stuff from the movies. So you got like the Home Alone house, you got the Practical Magic house, you got the Hocus Pocus house, and then stuff from TV shows. You could build Mayberry.
You
Morning,
could do
Trent.
You could do the Psycho house.
Yeah.
Morning, Trent.
Yeah, you can build the Psycho house. You can build the Addams Family house. Ton you could build from, like, just based on like the holidays and stuff. Build the Christmas Story house. Build the Brady Bunch house. Build the Walton house, the little house on the prairie. You could actually have cows at that one. Do you have enough room to get me there?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think it widens out a little bit down here, but I don't know if there's enough room right now. I'm not hurting at all. I'm at like 8%. Yeah, we saw that too. Saw that too. I do know that one of the productions will be pizza. Hang on, I'll post that in Discord here. Yep, that's the train. So let me... So there's a shot. I think that's the pizza. But one of the productions is pizza. Let's see, what is this? I don't know what this is. I can't really tell. At the bakery. We got the corn dryer. And I know whiskey is one. Oh, did I put my pipe back in?
Yeah. Trent wants to know what's going on with the Highland cattle.
That's our guess for the expansion pack. If it's in Scotland. What? Why are you doing that, bro? I don't know why he did that. Just like some random line going that way, I guess. I don't know. I locked onto it, whatever it was. Trying to find the whiskey screenshot. I cannot find it. Oh wait, there it is. There's that. And there's other stuff here too. So much to go through. His next post is going to be covering all the different productions that are coming. That can's empty. Alright, I'm gonna bring it in now. See you on the other side. Yeah, his next post will be about the productions, and that will be out before June, Trent. So it's coming in May. It's coming. It's either coming this week or next week. The week after that. Anybody's guess? But it is gonna come out before June. That is per DJ.
Well, you already know my prediction.
Yeah. It'll be when you have to go back to work. That's think. I'm gonna stream it. I'll stream it if it comes out on a weekday. I'll stream it that evening, or if it comes out on a morning, I'll hopefully be able to stream it in the morning. It'd be nice if it came out like a Friday night, maybe, or at least at some point where we could have it Saturday morning. I don't know what would be the ideal time for that to release. I'm ready to get on it.
The ideal time for me would be Wednesday afternoon after 12:30.
Wednesday afternoon after 12:30.
Yeah, because that would give me Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to play.
Yep.
All day.
Or if this will turn this curve, or I'll have to reset the GPS part.
Yeah, I don't think I could follow you around that. It might be in the ditch.
It'd probably be in that ditch right there. He's gonna turn some of it. Gonna turn half of it, looks like, maybe. And that's gonna be it. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I want to make that a wider turn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know when it will drop, but whatever day it drops, that's gonna be the day one stream. At some time that day. And of course we'll have our usual Saturday and Sunday. Looking forward to just diving straight into that map. Got some old equipment, new equipment, small equipment, larger equipment. Got some that are in game, got some that are not in game, got some that have been in game before. So, it's gonna be a good time. Oh, oh boy. There's gonna be more mods probably. I probably need to stop.
Why'd you say that?
Cause I'm finding them and I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
That's shiny.
Mm-hmm. How fast can we break the game? Yeah. Well, there is a DJ trailer. If it doesn't work with the other ones, there is a specific DJ, I think it's a Wilson trailer. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Let me go find that now. I love the way Discord is, you know, goes through the like your recent ones, and then you have to go try to find stuff from way back when. I'll never find this. I wonder if I can just go find the thing and then... Gotta get around these trees here real quick. It is not a broad enough curve for it to stay on the GPS. Up here, I made these curves, so I'm not worried about them. Well, Trent, do you have this trailer that we have? I know it holds dry corn. It holds it here anyway. What's that one called? Semi trailers. That one right there. The PC Lizard Frameless In-Dump Volume 4, version 4. You have that one? You can do a lot of customization to it. I know it holds dry corn here. Yeah, that one right there that old man's driving. Alright, let's see if I can find it. Get back in the corn. See, that's the problem. I'm trying to harvest the corn and I'm trying to do this at the same time. Pipe out. I'm looking. Yeah, there it is. Which picture? That one. So there's DJ's trailer. I would assume it would work with that one. If it doesn't work with the other ones. Really, I think the trailers, don't they only have to be changed to where they hold, like, what is it? What's it called? Just bulk fuel? Oh, they couldn't do just one type of dry corn. Okay. I would think if it's listed in the XML of the game, whether it's dry corn here in Alma or a different version of dry corn over there, as long as you have bulk fill on a trailer, that it should be able to hold it. Yes. Right. So like this trailer, see, it has bulk fill on it, so you can put anything in it. You can put sugar cane in this one. You can put manure, you can put, I mean, stones, you can do lime, you can do everything in this thing, even the dry corn here. This trailer does it all, pretty much. But I would think if it's listed in the game XML as a bulk fill item, then it should work on whatever is considered a bulk fill trailer. Because see, this one, it will do the dry corn. Well, you can't see it there, can you? Let it scroll down there, down at the bottom there. There's dry corn right there. So this one does olives and that stuff, but this one does have the symbol for dry corn. So, and then the regular corn right there, right by the taters. This one will even hold green beans and all that stuff. Of course, that's in-game stuff, but it does do the dry corn, so. So basically, whatever, it may just be, you know, depending on the map, but whatever is considered a bulk fill. You're talking about like a hopper bottom trailer. Yeah, that's one thing that is not part of that. So you're talking about like a trailer like this. Yeah, so these only hold specific crops. So even this trailer doesn't do the dry corn. That's an in-game trailer there. That's an in-game trailer there. These are not bulk fill style trailers, though. That's a bulk fill style trailer. Yeah, we'll hang on to these, because I would say this one is not. This is not a trailer by Chibalki or anything. This is considered the bulk fill style trailer. So we'll hang on to that one, and then we always have the Crumpy that we can fill into. Should it be an issue? And honestly, I'm to the point where I almost prefer the bulk fill ones, because you can just dump them straight in there. You don't have to empty different hoppers out of the trailers. I know that's more probably realistic for, you know, in some areas to use a hopper bottom trailer, but tell you, emptying that big one, the big one that we used over there on Riverbend, that one right there, emptying that thing, because you have 4 hoppers on that, so you'd have to empty one, switch to the other hopper on that trailer, empty that one, pull forward, and then you got 2 more separate hoppers on that one, so you'd have to empty one, and then once that one's empty, switch to the next one, and then empty that one. So you basically have to empty 4 times using that kind of trailer. Me, I'm kind of. It'd be nice if you had a empty all button, or automatic. You know how we have automatic drop for the silage bales when you wrap them. It'd be nice if you had automatic dump. You know, so when you use those hopper bottom trailers, when you pulled over your silo, it would just automatically dump when you pulled over it. Wouldn't that be great? Is that a mod? Does that exist already? I don't know.
It would be nice though.
It would be. I mean, they have the script set up to where when you pull under there on some of them, if it has the spout there too, it'll take your cover off automatically. But wouldn't it be great if you could just pull into that area and then it just automatically dumps? You wouldn't have to dump it 4 separate times. With the Super Bs, you can unload the back fork, or no, back front, while also unloading the back front hopper. Yeah. I remember we had a lizard one. Remember the lizard one that was in the style of the Wilson trailer, but it had one hopper? You could change it from 2 to 1 hopper.
Yeah.
And it held like 110,000 liters or something like that. And you could just dump it once. That was nice. Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. And I'm gonna take my first break, guys. Alright, so YouTube, we will be back and cut some more corn and talk more about the trailers and equipment and Judith planes and all that. So stay tuned. We'll be back, YouTube. We'll see you in the next one. Always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grand Arcade. We'll see you.